and we have ours. Dance rhythm, musical rhythm, soul rhythm. Our rhythm, tropical rhythms, the music, the grooves, the drinks, paradise. That's the rhythm. When you find your rhythm, go with the rhythm and enjoy the rhythm. Go get a bottle of tropical rhythms and find your rhythm today. Enjoy the fruity and exciting side of the tropics. Grace Tropical Rhythms. Drink in the rhythm.
Good night, good night, good night. How you guys doing? Good night, Guyana. This is Denise Harris, of course, standing in for Kestady, aka the fireman. He's on travel duties, travel ministry duties up in Berbice, yes. And so I'll be keeping you company for another 47 minutes or so. We're gonna be having lots of fun tonight, and I'll be taking calls. We're doing, listening to some videos. I think that is very appropriate for what we'll be talking about. And of course, you can call in and give your views, and we'll be telling you about some programs we have upcoming. And so welcome to You Are Not a Mistake. And this program speaks for itself, right? You're not a mistake. Carries my mind to Isaiah 44:2. It says that before you were formed in your mother's womb, God had your back. I'm using modern language, right? Yeah, God had your back. So you're not a mistake. Obviously, it doesn't matter how you were conceived, what your parents might not have planned for you, or ready for you, might not have been ready for you, but trust me, God knew that you were gonna, break that surface and come into this world, and He has a plan for you. And so we want to encourage you tonight that thinking that you're a mistake and you have no future and it's all depressed and all of that, it's just from the pits of hell. Because God, whether you believe God exists or not, He does. So whether you believe or not doesn't change the fact that He existed, and He's the one that created us. So if you're feeling like really like there's no use, that you have no use or you have no purpose, or maybe you were born out of wedlock, or maybe you're the stepchild, whether you're with your mom, you're the stepchild. If you're with your dad, you're still the stepchild. Here, you're not a mistake. You know what I mean? Yes. So that is why we plan for you the anti-violence, suicide, and job rally. That's going down on June. We want you to save the date. We know it's a far way off, but we're planning from now. And we're not only going to be in Georgetown, but we're going to be in Georgetown and Linden on the 2nd of June. Mark it on your calendars. Save that date. On the 2nd of June at Jubilee Park, that's in Georgetown. And then, of course, on the 4th of June, we're heading to Berbice. Heading up that team, of course, is Pastor Joe Passad. He will be in Ghana and coming to speak to you not only about violence. We have a lot of that going on, not only in Guyana but around the world. Violence is not only physical. You have verbal, emotional, and all kinds of violence that you can be subjected to these days. And then we have the suicide rate. It's not too healthy in our nation. And so we'll be addressing that. And of course, addressing the issue of getting a job, because economics is very important. And there are lots of young people out there, qualified and unqualified, that really need a job, don't have a job. And most times the lack of job, and because of your economic circumstances, of course, I'm not saying that your economics alone causes, because they have a lot of people got money and still violent, still abusive, still committing suicide. Ultimately, what we need, of course, is Jesus Christ. But we do like Jesus Christ. If you check in the Bible what He did, He called them aside before he preached to them, and then He said, you need not depart, I'm going to give you to eat. So He gave them fish and bread. So we're not going to share out fish alone. but we're going to give you a rod, and we're going to teach you to fish. Yes, so that is going down June the 2nd and at Jubilee Park, and June the 4th in Berbice, the ancient town of Berbice. But before that, tomorrow is a holiday, and I think it's Pagua. I think the Holly or something like that. Yeah, Holly. I know it is Pagua. I prefer to say Pagua. So it's a holiday tomorrow, and all the men, if you're listening to me and you're male, that shouldn't be too difficult for you to, decide if you're male. Males, all the fathers, the sons, we want you to plan, get your children up, your male children, or some young man in your community or from your church, and go to the west side, because the Assemblies of God men's department has a big rally at the synthetic track and field over there in the Lenora, West Bank, Demerara. Yes, compliments. Hosting is your the MF director for the Assemblies of God, Reverend Michael Singh. Yeah, mighty man of God. Love that man of God. And of course, special speaker is Bishop Balram Jadubal. This man is dynamic. I can tell you, I sat under his ministry, and he's really, really good. It will be an entire day session. So you can take your fathers, you can take your sons, you can take your nephews, your uncles, all the males. It's for all the men. And it starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow at the synthetic track and field, Lenora. I know this is going to be a real treat. The theme is, by the hand of God, beat down Goliath. What is a power team? By the hand of God, beat down Goliath. And we know Goliath is the story with David, when Goliath was boasting up and stuff like that. And men, I know for sure, I know we celebrated International Women's Day, so I want to say congratulations to strong women, good women, Proverbs 31 women. But tomorrow is about the men, right? And men face a lot of issues too, and men have so much responsibility that they have to face on a daily basis, and the struggle is real. So take a break tomorrow. Take a break, pack a basket, or just walk with monies, grab your family and go there to Lenora, where they will have an entire day of fun at the synthetic track. So Isaiah 44 verse 2 said, before you were even born, God knew that you were going to born. God knew who you were going to be. He knew the texture of your hair. He knew the color of your eyes, the pigmentation of your skin, your teeth, everything he knew about you. Because he's the one that created you. He's the one that had you in mind before the foundation of the world. So you're not a mistake, and you need to know that. I'm going to be taking calls tonight. There are numbers. The numbers are right there up on the screen. If you want to call, you can call me. We'll be going to a video break and an ad break, and then we'll come right back. I hope you write the numbers down and call me, and let's talk about, if you feel as though you're a mistake and you feel kind of like fed up and depressed and you don't know what to do, call and let me know. Let's talk about it. So I'll be right back with you after this music video.
Life's not over when times get hard. The promise of Jehovah keeps me going strong. The journey's not over when days turn dark. The light of Jesus brightens my heart, brightens my heart and my soul. His love is so more precious than gold. He gave his life.
about your 4-5. You should be looking for some signs like it's Revelation 4-5. Yeah, it's hard to see it every time a day go by, but get your life on track. Start repping for the Most High. Let Christ be your guide with the trials of life. Yeah, you always will collide. Never backslide, only go forward. Even though it gets harder and harder, only if you humble, otherwise you tumble to the bottom of the pits. Snakes and the rats, cats and the dogs, they fight for the morsels. But oh man, my God, he is merciful. He will pick you up, he will turn you around, he will plant your feet on solid ground. Don't be a clown, be amused by what God can do. He did it for me, so he can do it for you. You heard, he can do it for you. Come on, he can do it for you. And you, and you. Hey.
Life's not over when times get hard. The promise of Jehovah keeps me going strong. The journey's not over when days turn dark. The light of Jesus brightens my heart, brightens my heart and my soul. His love is so more precious than gold. He gave his life for me. What's it for me to give my life for him?
Let me just
Oh,
mic for a second. I use it as a weapon on the powers of darkness. Yeah, I just spark the light of Christ in your life. Feed it to you like rice, cause Christ is life. Christ is life, and I am so fly, cause I rep the Most High who went into the sky. All the gospel boy, AG, won't see me with my hands in the air for JC. People in the church must think I'm crazy, cause I'm so extreme when it comes to JC. J to the E to the S-U-S. He is the best, the rest they adjust the rest. Bring a test, he will attest the tester like a surgeoness. He protects your chest, so from the charge of sin he will purge you, man. Keeps you clean, living like a holy man. I told you, man, he can console you, man, because you see, he's the one and only man. You heard?
Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men, whereby we must be saved.
seek his humble way, walk his righteous path, turn away from sin and avoid the wrath. Seek to teach his word, walk and spread his love. Bring along a friend, this friend must not end. Must not end.
Excuse me for a second, please pardon me. I know you don't know me, but pardon me. I'm about to share this word, pardon me, cause it's the spirit of my Lord, it's my God in me. He pardoned me, and now I am free from the sin I was in. I am free like a bird in the wind. I am free like an eagle in the sky. Thank you to the Most High for turning me from a path on which I would surely die. In the depths of hell was where I would surely fry eternity, but he smiled on me. Matter of fact, his salvation so alive in me. I got joy in my life, he died for me. I thank God for Christ, cause he died for me.
For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved.
Life's not over when times get hard. The promise of Jehovah keeps me going strong. The journey's not over when days turn dark. The light of Jesus brightens my heart, and my soul. His love is so more precious than gold. He gave his life for me. What's it for me to give my life for him? Oh.
Attitude. Give me attitude. Next. Action. Guys, where's the ice cream? Cut! In 4 delectable flavors, the new Super Premium Royal Ripple ice cream is smooth, unbelievably rich, and far more affordable than you think. Royal Ripple Super Premium from Sterling Products Limited.
Life has its rhythm, and we have ours. Dance rhythm, musical rhythm, soul rhythm. Our rhythm, tropical rhythms, the music, the grooves, the drinks, paradise. That's the rhythm. When you find your rhythm, go with the rhythm and enjoy the rhythm. Go get a bottle of tropical rhythms and find your rhythm today. Enjoy the fruity and exciting side of the tropics. Grace Tropical Rhythms. Drink in the rhythm.
Yep. I know you enjoy that one. You know, life is not over when times get hard. You know what I mean? Call me, let's talk about that. What a beautiful piece that was. Travis Smith, aka Word T, back there by the Dunamis band. That you know, oh my God, I love that piece. Really, really nice. And as we were saying, you are not a mistake. And I'm talking about what happened. Life is rough, I know that. And sometimes life can throw some real yarkers at you when you have no space. And you know, it's either LBW or the middle stump out of the place. So all of us face that and go through it. The difference is the ones that has the tenacity or the strength to go on, and not everybody is as strong on the same level because of the varying circumstances. But it's very important for you to understand that the situation you're in, it is not a mistake. What we fail to do is use the situation to our advantage. So we get depressed and we feel downtrodden, as though, you know, life is unfair to us and it's not a level playing field. But if you look at some of the most successful people on the earth, let's take, for example, Usain Bolt. If you read his backstory and how they discovered that he had all that speed, one of the first time he raced so fast was because he was hungry. And the coach told him if he beat that guy, he's going to get lunch. So out of hunger and desperation came a career. Now Usain, you know, retired and throwing back and has a lot of contracts and representing a lot of products and has a lot of medals and recognized throughout the length and breadth of this world and that came out of because he was really hungry and had nothing to eat and he had to run to get lunch. And so once we change our lens and change our perspective, things could happen, you know. I see a call coming in. I really want to talk to the audience tonight. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
God bless, not bad.
Yeah.
I just called to share something with you and let you pray for me or we pray together.
Good.
Suddenly I experiencing a financial down, which a lot of people have said they experience, but I'm not looking at other people.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, last year, September, I moved in this house because I used to live in Albistown.
Yeah.
For 3 years and in South Rumpel Park. But it's my daughter Blake make the linkage to me because she said this man going away, she a friend, man. And he said he will be going to the States because like usually he study over there.
Yeah.
And he said if he gets a job, he's going to stay. If he come back, he will be going to her house, so it won't be any problem.
Okay.
But she's not telling me anything direct. She's telling my daughter because she's my daughter's friend. But I said she giving her a message to give me because she will relate to me.
Yeah.
So I said, look how things is happening. Which and the main reason, the reason like I had wanted to move out to Albistown because I don't like the area to bring up my child, the noise, how the people live and so.
Yes.
And it was just a $5,000 difference. Well, I made that sacrifice. I know you're doing security work is not much money, but as with the church, I learned to trust God and these kind of things. I want to know how suddenly these things happen, but to my own self, I would say God's a mankind corrupt and so, and
Yes.
but whatever things come your way, you just got to hold on to God. But I didn't expect this to happen so fast, I said best I stay where I was and hold on till whenever housing give them a place or so. But
So now you need somewhere to stay
huh?
because they want the place in South.
Yes.
Good. And you have any children at the level of mining age?
Yeah, only one, 14.
Good. All right. So let's pray. We can pray and believe the Lord. And I'm not just saying a prayer. I'm sure when the righteous pray, God answers. Amen. Good. So Father, we thank you for this lady that called in to the program. Thank you because it's not a mistake that she got through. So I pray even now that you open the heavens and provide for her. You see the difficult situation she's facing right now in terms of having to vacate the space she's in, and combined with her financial economic situation at this time. I pray even now that you will open the windows of heaven and provide finances, provide some way for her to stay, her and her son. We thank you even now and we believe in you. And we thank you that she's going to call back and she's going to give a report that God came through. If you were listening today, in Jesus' name, amen. If you were listening to the opening video by Travis Green, it says, God makes a way.
Yeah.
When it looks as though it is over,
Yeah.
He makes a way. And I'm going to trust God for you that you get a better job, or you get an increase of job, or some favor come to you. You know what's a smart thing to do? Think about something you like to do, and maybe along with the security work, you can do that. For example, I know someone that does a job that most of the time they just have to be sitting, same security job, just sitting and observing and make sure everything is okay. Maybe you could start trying to knit, or do something. So instead of just sitting there for those hours, you're good. How old are you?
4.
Good. So you're still young. Maybe you wanna even upgrade yourself, go and study something that nothing to hurt your brain at this age, but something that will take you just from being that security guard alone to be able to go to a job that you could earn a little bit. I know another friend started as the coffee maker in a particular organization, and now she worked her way up. She went back to adult education, and now she's a manager at a company. Oh my God, it's a beautiful story. It took her 8 years, and that's what I would encourage you to do. And when you make the step, God does the rest. And I guarantee you that you're going to call back here to say that God has opened a door for you.
Yeah, but
Thanks
what
so
I'm
much for
thinking
calling.
about right now is going out of the country, because I'm saying that I alone, and you need to get this money fast, acquire this house lot, which I ain't get it at years. I keep checking.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure. You have to make sure. You have to make sure whichever country you're going to work in, that you're legal, first of all.
Yeah.
And that you got to think about your son. Think about the overhead expenses. So process it very carefully.
Yeah.
Because I do believe you can make it right here. But if you can go somewhere, get the CSME certificate, and you can go and work somewhere legally, then fine. Because you go out of the country and work off the books, it can be rough too.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, all right then. I will.
Yeah, oh, bye-bye. Good. Yep. We believe in the Lord. At least I'm believing in the Lord for that. Woo. Oh, Lord, that there is nothing that's impossible. Nothing, absolutely nothing that is impossible with God. I have another video for you. So we go back there. We have, of course, someone will be joining me in a few. I like company. I don't like be sitting here talking all the time. So I'm going to bring my friend on in a few. So we go to video and commercial break, and I'll be back. Remember, this is You Are Not a Mistake. I'm sitting in for Cassidy, aka Fireman. I am Denise Harris, aka DJ Mom. Yeah, on your TV. Back with you in a minute.
Love, more love, more love, more love.
German Jewsbury.
Yes, love,
Jasmine
more
Hart.
love, more love.
Rashley.
Yes, more love.
Take it away.
Love is what we want. Love is what we need. Love is what we've got to have in order to succeed.
Know what we need.
And love is what we want. Love is what we need. Love is what we've got to have in order to succeed. Yeah, yeah.
I sing big cause I serve a big king. G.O.D. go ask about him. In him all things are made possible. So me loving you not impossible. And if war is a disease, then the cure must be peace. So come on everybody, let's show love at least for the human race. Yes, keep up the faith. Yes, I know this will all end someday.
Stop and take a look where we going wrong, where the love is gone. If you wanna succeed in life, love is the key for you and me. It's all about love and unity. Oh yeah. Love is what we need.
It's what we need.
Love is what we got to have in order to achieve. Love is what we want, and love is what we need. Love is what we've got to have in order to succeed. Yeah,
Made a lot of mistakes in my lifetime. Every time that you miss me, a boy was on the grind. Never focused on the vision, on the mission I was living. Wasn't even concerned about the way that I was living. I showed no love, thinking I'm blowing it up. Then suddenly it hit me, everybody needs somebody. Listen my friend, no man's an island. I need you, you need me in order to shine, man. Love is what we want, love is what we need. The greatest prescription for our hopes and dreams. Our brighter future is in the palm of our hands. We can make it, of course we can.
love is what we want. Love is what we need. Love is what we got to have in order to achieve. Love is what we want, and love is what we need. Love is what we've got to have in order to succeed. Yeah, yeah.
In the world today, I wonder to myself, isn't there a better way that we can express what we feel? 'Cause no matter race, color, we all human beings, and we need to start realizing that. Because life without love is like slipping in a trap. Nowhere to go, nowhere to sleep, and everywhere you turn, there's bloodshed to see. But stop, look, listen to me, 'cause I know what we need, and that's love and unity. So come on everybody, let's give it a try. 'Cause I don't know about you, but I'd rather live a life of love.
Live a life of love. Live a life of love. Yeah. Live a life of love. Live a life of love. Live a life of love. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we need.
In order to succeed,
And love is what we want.
Gotta have it.
Love is what we need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love is what we've got to have in order to achieve. Yeah, yeah.
For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Who am I to not like my neighbor?
Yes, love is what we want. Love is what we need. Love is what we've got to have in order to succeed. And love is what we want. Love is what we need. Love is what we've got to have in order to succeed. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Never thought I could eat my way to a slimmer waistline.
I was in the store and bam, there it was.
Reduced fat, no cholesterol.
Exactly what she needed for her super strict weight loss diet.
My hero, he's always just constantly looking out for me.
Anything, I mean anything, to keep that irresistible waistline.
Keeping your waistline in line? Make it easy with Golden Cream Reduced Fat No Cholesterol Margarine. Now in a spanking new package that guarantees fitness.
Life has its rhythm, and we have ours. Dance rhythm, musical rhythm, soul rhythm. Our rhythm, tropical rhythms. The music, the grooves, the drinks, paradise. That's the rhythm. When you find your rhythm, go with the rhythm and enjoy the rhythm. Go get a bottle of tropical rhythms and find your rhythm today. Enjoy the fruity and exciting side of the tropics. Grace Tropical Rhythms. Drink in the rhythm.
You are not a mistake. That's right. Oh boy, oh boy. My bag. You're not a mistake. It's a beautiful Sunday night in the beautiful country called Guyana. Guyana is a real beautiful place, you know. Yeah. So you're not a mistake. You need to know that. And it's not a mistake that Davy came to help me. Huh?
Melissa Davy.
Yeah, Melissa. That Melissa came to be with me because I don't like to be alone. I'm not a selfish person. I like company.
Nice.
I'm happy you're here. Those minutes will just run down so fast. So Melissa is the CEO of I Ride. What is I Ride?
Okay, so I'm so happy you asked what is iRide, Sister Denise Harris. So iRide is a transportation technology company, and we're actually going to be launching in the next couple of weeks. But right now we are just, we're just doing promotions. Of course, we're just telling the public what iRide is all about. So, like I said, iRide is a transportation technology company, and so it's really important that persons tune in at this point in time, because I believe that iRide actually has the ability to change the lives of many persons in this country and to change their financial status.
Okay, good. So give me you'll have to explain what it is a little more for me. But before we go there, what's the purpose? Because that might give it away a little bit.
All right, so the purpose of iRide is actually to create jobs for persons who might not have jobs, but they have a skill of driving and they have access to a car. And also, the other purpose is to create a secondary form of income for persons who already have jobs.
Nice.
And of course, people usually refer to that secondary form of income as a side hustle. So, Sister Harris, I'm sure that pastoring is not the only thing that you do. I'm sure you do many other things. You have many side hustles.
I have 8 streams.
Oh, wow. I love that. So iRide is actually there to provide that side hustle for persons.
Side hustle. I like
Correct.
that.
Yes, that's the term that we use and the Americans use and so on, the side hustle or the secondary form of income.
Good. So
Yes.
how that works?
All right.
How that works?
Okay, so iRide is actually an app on your phone. You know, like how you have Facebook and you have WhatsApp and so on. So iRide is the app on your phone. So let's say, okay, you're here at Channel 2 studio, and you want to go home in South Rhineveld Gardens. So you of course you need a ride to go home. So you just simply tap your app, and you will see when you tap the app, you will see all the drivers who are within a certain radius of Channel 2 studio. So you're going to see some on Caneview Avenue, you're going to see some by Royal Castle.
Wait long.
Not at all.
I'm getting excited.
Not at all. You're going to see some on Aubrey Barker Road, and so forth. And so you'll simply press request ride. When you press request ride, you are actually going to see, a driver, he will have 60 seconds to respond to your request. So when he responds to that request in just 60 seconds, you're going to see, Brother Jedington Harris name coming up, PWW 202, Black Alien, Black 2008 Alien. You're going to see all of that.
You're going too fast. So we can choose our ride. We want to ride in.
Well, actually,
because if you want an Alien and you need maybe an Audi.
Of course you can. Of course you can choose your ride. But the point I was trying to bring out is that it is so safe because you're actually seeing who's picking you up. I mean, how cool is that? That you're actually seeing this person's name, their license plate number, and the kind of car that they drive. You're actually seeing all of that coming up. Plus, you're seeing their picture.
So you're making this request online?
Correct. And it's so simple.
You hear, folks?
It's extremely
you
simple.
have to have data, right?
Yes, yes, you have to have
Or
data.
be at the Wi-Fi.
Correct. Yes, you have to have data. You have to be at a Wi-Fi zone. So when you select, when you select Jeduthan Harris to come for you, and he's coming to you in his 2008 black Allion, right? You're actually seeing.
No, if you're calling Jed, you're gonna say Audi.
Audi. So you're actually seeing him now coming to you on the app. You're seeing him cutting through Caneview Avenue, coming up David Rose Street. You're seeing him on this app coming towards you.
So he can't say he's coming and
No, nobody can lie to you. There's no need even for a phone call. Because what's the sense that you have to pay for internet on your phone, right? You have to pay for data on your phone, and then plus you got to pay to make phone calls to call a ride. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so you're actually seeing him coming towards you, and these things are happening quick. Just like how quick you send out a WhatsApp message or how quick you post something on Facebook. This is how quick this thing is happening in real time.
That's going to revolutionize
I am telling
the
you.
concept of taxi service.
Well, actually, it's not a taxi service,
It's
and we don't use the word taxi in iRide, not at all. All right, not at all.
Sorry.
Yes, as a matter of fact, iRide is just pure sophistication, because you know what? Only cars from like 2004 are eligible to join iRide.
So now she's pushing forward my next question. Who can join iRide?
Yes, who can join iRide? All right, so persons who have the skill of driving, of course, you would have had to have your driver's license for 2 years before you can join iRide, right? And the persons who have access to a car or who have their own car that's 2004 model and above. So that's the first set of persons that can join iRide. So then you were talking about an Audi. I think you seem to be a fan of luxury cars.
My son like Audi.
Oh, wow, yes, Audis are great cars.
My taste is for the higher wheels.
Oh,
I
wow.
like to be at the top here.
Oh, well, I'm so happy that you said that because like let's say from the 2004 vehicles like the Allianz and the Premios and so on, that actually makes up the iRide Basic. And then there's the iRide Lux, because let's say you and Pastor Harris want to go and celebrate your silver anniversary at the Marriott.
It passed silver, girl.
It passed silver.
Yes.
All right. So, but just let's pretend, right? That it's a silver.
Yes. Pretend is the gold.
Yes.
I want
all
to
right.
reach the gold.
All right. Good. So let's say the two of you want to go celebrate your gold anniversary at the Marriott Hotel. I mean, you might want to park the car. You just want to enjoy the entire evening. So you can select an iRide Lux, which is a luxury car. So all persons who have luxury cars like Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, Audis, and all of those 1800 to 2000 cc vehicles, they're eligible to join. There's a special category for them, and they can make lots of money doing that. All right. So I mean, come on, where in Guyana can you actually say, well, you know what, today's my anniversary. It's my anniversary. All right.
Hold on.
Where can you say? Sure.
Good evening. This is You're Not a Mistake, and this definitely is not a mistake, because this is going to revolutionize how we move from point A to B in Guyana. Yeah. Hello. Missed the call. Yeah, missed the call.
Yes. So there is that category of the iRide Lux, which is the luxury vehicles. And then there's the iRide Vans. So the iRide Vans would be the higher vehicles that you like.
Yeah.
All right, like the SUVs.
That's my cup of tea.
Yes, like the SUVs, the Noahs and the Voxies. I mean, imagine, I think you're a family of 6. So imagine you want to go to the airport and you have, I'm sure you have more than one car, right? You have like 2 cars or whatever.
I can't say. I don't know who's listening.
so I mean,
I
because
got some cars.
Good. So because you're a family of 6, if all of you want to go to the airport, now you have to go in 2 separate vehicles. I mean, why would I want to go? And you know, going to the airport is such an emotional journey usually. So therefore, you can just get an iRide van, which could be an SUV or like a Voxy or like a Noah
or a bus.
Right?
You have buses.
Yes. All right. So you can actually have one of those,
Even
and
maybe
you go to the airport together.
Even for those church trips, and if you have
Correct.
groups have different trips
Yes.
to the what do you call it, the creek, and
Yeah, correct. Yes, if you have to go to the
Yeah.
creek or if you
or
have
if
to
you're
go on a
going out
long
to
journey,
town,
correct.
because
Yes.
you're going out of town, you don't want anybody trying to fight anybody down to reach where they're going.
Not at all, not at all.
Wow,
so
this
those
is really
persons, so there are 3 categories of iRide. iRide Basic, which would be like the Allianz, the 2004 Allianz, Premios, the Belters, and so on coming forward. And then there's the iRide Lux, which is the Lexus, the Benz, and the Audis, and all of those luxury vehicles. And then there's the iRide Vans, which would be like the Voxies and the Noahs, and the SUVs. So persons who have vehicles like those, or if you have access to vehicles like those, you are allowed to join. We welcome you to join
So
the
people
iRide
start
family.
joining us yet? When
Yes.
are you rolling it out?
We are going to roll out in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
Right?
You
of
didn't set the
course,
date yet?
No, we actually didn't. We know the month, but we didn't actually set the exact date.
You're
But
smart. You're trying to make sure everything is.
yes,
you're
we wanna,
testing it, or you
correct.
testing
Yes,
it?
we're doing rigorous testing every day because you see.
So is it a special app they have
yes,
to
it is.
download?
It's an app. Yes, it's
So
the iRide
can
app.
they download that app as yet?
No, they can't download it right now. But when we launch, they will be able to go to the App Store and get the app. But, that's the
You have to
drivers.
pay for that app?
No, it's absolutely free. How
Even
do you
if
like
you
that?
have an Apple?
Correct, you can get it on Apple.
Okay, for free?
For free. It's for the Apple and the Android.
Good.
Yes.
Good, because you know I have me an Apple, right?
Yes,
here.
and I have me an Apple too. We're doing ads for Apple here. All right, but you know what? You know why I love iRide? Not only that it's groundbreaking, that this has never been done in Guyana before. I see it being attempted, but not on the scale that iRide is going to be doing it. iRide is going to create literally, let me repeat myself, literally thousands of jobs.
I like that idea.
Thousands of jobs.
I like that idea, and I like the idea because you could even catch your hand during your lunch hour.
Correct, yes.
You can catch your hand when you get off of work.
Correct, yes.
You can make that
Exactly.
extra box.
Exactly.
Okay, do you have to have hire car license to do this? How that works?
Okay, so we are actually an online service provider. We are not a taxi service. All right, that is how we are registered. All right, so we actually, so it's not a taxi service. Like I said, I just want to reiterate
you don't have to go and get hire car license and all that to come on board.
I mean, if you have that, that's fine. But like I said, we are an online service provider. It's not a taxi service.
Good. I just wanted them to
Yes,
hear that.
yes.
So it's
But,
not it's
you
not
know,
nailed down to you gotta have H.
But you know,
that.
what I absolutely love about iRide though, like I said, is the fact that it creates jobs and it creates the side hustle for many persons. All right, and I mean, just imagine this, Sister Denise. We are in March, correct? We're in March. So I could say to myself, you know what, Melissa, you're a school teacher. All right, but I'm not a school teacher, right? Respect to all the school teachers, but
You look
I
like a teacher,
look like a
though.
teacher. so I could say to myself, you know what, Melissa, you're a school teacher, but you know what, I want to replace all this furniture in my house by Christmas, because you know Christmas is a big thing for us here.
Yeah.
All right, so I could say to myself, look, you know what, I just want to make an extra 60,000 when the month comes. So when I knock off work at 3 o'clock or 3:30, I could say that, look, I'm going to work on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 4 to 6 o'clock. All right, because I've decided how much money I want to make at the end of the month. And so after I work for 1 week and I repeat that process for another 3 weeks, and I get my 60,000 when the month come, you know where I go in, Sister Denise? I go into Courts or Singers. I go to pay down on a nice bed set or kitchen set or something.
Our court
right?
settings
All
are
right.
bad now too, right?
All right. And then when I repeat that process for the next month, I just go and pay off for my furniture. And then I could keep repeating that process for the next couple of months. So November, when everybody rubbing and saying, oh God, Christmas come, I'm going to be like, look, bring it on, because my house already
But
furnished.
what I like about it when I'm processing it is the efficiency
Yes.
because there's sometimes you're really late for your destination. So I like the efficiency of location, of
Yes.
locating the closest taxi, because a couple of times I had to take taxi because you don't feel like driving, or you took the car to service, and I come in there. And you wait for another long time, you drop to sleep. Where's the taxi? Hello, where's taxi? Hey, one, come in. Hey, taxi. You know,
Yes.
and so it's a lot of stress. Good evening. You're not a mistake.
Hi, good evening. We are looking at your program.
Yes, and we're looking at you.
Enjoying every bit of it.
Yes.
But I want you to ask one thing. At our farmers in number one canal, the way the state has been closed down, it is not the right time to ask you to do these things, but it hurt us so much on our Pagua festival. And when we look down in the village of Wales and two floods, you can hardly see people on the road.
Wow.
Of what had happened to the farmers as well.
Yeah, you know, there is never a wrong time for that question, ma'am. Never a wrong time. And I'm so happy that you called in because what I don't make joke with is people's bread. So I'm going to, you say in the Essequibo River?
No, on the west bank of Demerara.
West bank, right there. So I'm going to try and follow that up for you. And Kessel will be here next week. So I will give him the results I get from that concerning the farming. I definitely would look into that for you. Which village?
On the west bank of Demerara.
All right. I'm gonna get that checked out for you, ma'am.
They told us to carry our kids to Islot, but the rain is so much and our produce cannot go to Islot now, and it casts more hardship on the farmers as well.
Okay.
I ask you to see if you can pray for us or ask somebody to look into the grievances of the farmers of West Bank of Demerara.
I will do both. I will do both. And again, there's never an inappropriate time for you to ask me a question like that. Thanks for calling.
I want to say thank you, and you have a wonderful evening, all right?
Blessings.
Okay.
Right. See, we're talking about creating jobs.
Jobs, exactly. And you know, Sister Denise, all of us need a side hustle.
Yeah.
All of us need that secondary form of income, and I believe
And the
that
side hustle is not side chick, right?
no, not at all. Right? And I sincerely believe that iRight is the answer to that. Because, I mean, we know that in North America, it's so common for persons to have 2 and 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And here we are, we have the skill of driving.
For me,
we
it's
have
common.
a car.
It's very common for me to have a lot of jobs.
Correct, yes.
I enjoy working.
Yes, yes.
I enjoy working.
And you know, a lot of times when we think of having a secondary form of income, sometimes we think it has to be something complicated, but it doesn't have to be anything complicated. We have a car, or we have access to a car, and we have the skill of driving. So
All
why
right,
not
good.
make money?
So the clock is just telling us about just about 60 something more seconds. I told you the time gonna run down like that. Oh boy.
So
gotta tell Kessa I gotta come
they can
next week
actually,
again.
They can actually persons we are registering drivers currently. So persons just need to come with all of their car documents.
Where?
Down to the iRight office on the 3rd floor of the Gizmos and Gadgets building. You're welcome. And so we're gonna see you there from 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Every day of the week, we're registering persons.
All right, so I had a call behind the scene asking me to address an issue, ma'am. No disrespect. I'm going to make sure I pass that that topic on to Kessa, and you know what? I'll come with him next week and I'll address the issue. So thanks for joining us on You're Not a Mistake. We gotta leave and see you next week. We go out with a little video right there. God bless you. Love you. Peace.